Also so that I can able to see you. So this symbol is our practical class number 7 of 690. Six already we have done 4 sheets and we started the industrial building design. In that we have started the load calculations. Okay. All your records are maintained free. Your attendance in theory class, your attendance in practical class, all the things are recorded in your attendance sheet regularly. So it is your duty you should join the lecture. So this design of industrial building, roof truss, number of truss, and this is our homework part 2 related with unit 5. So in that case, we are solving the sample building calculations so that you can do your project work after learning this. Okay. So in the given example, we have seen in our industrial building that design of industrial building roof truss, the industrial building given in location Latur, and plan area. Plan area is 15 meter by 30 meter. PI sheeting is there, height of building at W is 7 meter and permeability of building is 1 normal permeability. So permeability we need for the when we go for the wind calculation. Up till now, we have done the functional planning of your industrial building, that is length of building, width of building, then spacing of the truss and the spacing of the purlin. All these things we have divided the number of panels into the truss. 10 number of panels we have divided, and panel point loads we have calculated for the dead load and live load. So step by step we have done the calculation. Step 1, first we choose type of the truss, and we have chosen the type of truss, that is fat type of truss, and then 10 number of panels we have divided, and then we have selected the rise of the truss, that is 2.5 meter, and then spacing of purlin as per the number of panels we have divided. So spacing of panel in plan is 1.5 meter. Then we have divided the length of your industrial building in number of bays, as you will provide the column and the truss to the industrial building. The number of bays you have taken the 8 number of bays, so that the spacing of bays center to center distance of truss will be 3.75 meters. Then we find out the slope of the your roofing sheet, and as we know the rise and span of your truss. From that you can easily find out the theta, that is slope of your roof. Then we come to the load calculation on panel point from the layout plan showing the spacing of truss and spacing of purlin. So first we have done the plan, and then we have shown the spacing of purlin and spacing of truss in this layout plan, and based on that we are find out the panel area in the plan AP, that is spacing of truss into the spacing of purlin. In plan it gives the panel area in the plan, and it is 5.625. Now we know that cos theta is equal to opposite upon hypotenuse, and the plan area we know that cos theta is nothing but the adjacent to the hypotenuse, not opposite. That is sin theta, the adjacent to the hypotenuse. So in plan area we already know when we divide the plan area with the so you can see here is the cos theta. If I will draw this half portion, so you know that this is your AP plan area. I will draw this is the sloping area, and this is the theta. So if you know the theta, so theta value already we have calculated. Cos theta will be equal to adjacent, that is AP upon AS. So AS will be, that is sloping area. If I will write, AS will be AP upon cos theta. AP upon cos of theta. So when we divide the uh, plan area, plan, plan area with cos theta, so you will get the sloping area. So sloping area is you will get, that is AP upon cos of theta. And theta, you know, earlier we have calculated in step number 5 that the value of theta will be 18 degree, 18.43 degree. Okay. So up to this, you have finished. Then we have find out the for dead load on the dead load calculation on the roof truss. So we have divided already seen the truss, the flat truss in 10 panels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each side 5 panels. Symmetricity is there. So 10 panels you are divided. And the member of truss also we have shown the ceiling strut and rafter and tie windows. 4 types of windows are there. Then self-weight, how to define the self-weight of the truss in plan area? It is depend on the plan area. It may be in between the 100 to 150 Newton per meter square. Weight of roofing material, that is WR, is in the sleeping area because roofing plus roofing sheets are on the slope area. That's why here we are considering slope area. GR setting के लिए अगर जाते हैं तो 85 to 170 न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर और एसी सीट अगर आपको दिया हुआ तो 120 to 130 न्यूटन स्क्वायर न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर. Weight of furnace 100 न्यूटन पर मीटर you have taken. If it is more than that assumed, then you have to revise the calculation. Otherwise, you can go from. Okay. So I will request all the well, there is on and down, there is no disturbance in the class. So this one we are going through. So weight of bracing, also we are considering some bracings or timing beams. We will say we are providing to hold the truss in the position. So that bracing, it may be the rod, it may be the angle section, it may be the channel section, whatever it may be. You are providing to hold the truss in the position, then that bracings also we are considering. Then bracings we are considering the over the plan area. The bracings also it can be assumed or it can be calculated as provided. So here we will assume. What we will assume, it is generally assumed you get door on truss if you find out in kilonewton, then WS for WB, that is self weight and the bracing weight are in plan area. That's why they will multiply weight into the area, you will get kilonewton. Then in Newton, and then WR, that's roofing shed on the sloping area. That's why we are multiplying with the area of slope. Sloping area multiplication with whatever load on your roofing sheet in Newton per meter square. It will come in Newton. And Newton per meter is the weight of the purlin. If you multiply the spacing of truss, then you will get the load on the purlin in Newton per meter. Newton per meter into this meter, you will get Newton. So all the values you will get in the Newton, and then the load on the truss you can find out by putting this value. So if we will take WS is 100 Newton per meter square, WB is 15 Newton per meter square, WR is 130 Newton per meter square, WB is 100 Newton per meter, and cos theta we know. So when AS is nothing but the AP upon cos theta, as now we have discussed. Now put all the value and you will get the dead load on your panel point of the wood truss, and then each panel the dead load will be 1.1, 1.1, 1.1. But here at the end there is only half portion load is coming. That's why it is 1.8 divided by 2. Okay, so 1.8 divided by 2, it is nothing but 0.9. That's why at the end panel the load will be half of the middle panel, half of the middle. So you have to complete all the work whatever given in the practical hours, and lectures. You should complete on time so that you can complete your work on time. Okay? So I would request all the students they will complete the work as per the group made by me as per the roll number. You can go through that and you have to individually prepare your sheets. Okay, so don't think that your group is uh, not good or bad. You have to work independently, or if there is support with your team member, then that is very well and good. So this we find out. Then uh, we find out the lie load analysis, lie load on the member of trust. This is the part two of your step number 6. Okay. So if we have seen the I score for that, the I score for that is 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 875, IS 875, IS 875 part 2. So in IS 875 part 2, there is table 2 there. How to calculate the line load is given. If access is provided, if access is not provided. So that we have already calculated, but once again I will explain to you how you can get this, how you can find out the this is load on the floor. So these are loads on the floors, and after that you can get the load for floors in industrial building. This is industrial building floor areas, and now for the roofing, you can go for the imposed load of the various types of floor. So imposed load means lie load. So lie load already we have calculated earlier, but once again you can see how to calculate. So here it is given in clause that the table number 2 is give the lie load on the various types of roof. So here roof it may be the sloping roof. Generally in industrial building the sloping roof are there. So flat or sloping or curved roof is slope up to 10 degree, अगर 10 degree का है, and if access provided, the load will be 1.7, 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, if there is access provided, okay, and slope is up to 10 degree. The slope of the your industrial building will be up to 10 degree. So if theta value, I will say, what is the theta value? This is your slope. This is your industrial building. This is the theta. Okay. If the slope is less than 10 degree, less than 10 degree, if access provided, then lie load will be 1.5 kilonewton per meter square, which is given in your IS code. So IS code you can see here. It is visible to you. I think so. IS 875 part. Okay. So, so you can go for that if access provided and theta is less than 10 degree. If access is not provided and theta is 10, less than 10 degree, then this lie load is 0.75 kilonewton per meter square. If I will write in Newton, then 750 Newton per meter square. When the slope, in our case, it is more than 10 degree, that is theta is 18.43 degree, which is greater than 10 degree. In that case, if access is provided, if access not provided, both having the same case. If you see here, sloping roof with slope greater than 10 degree. So this is second case here. So how to find out for roof membrane sheet or purlins on purlin? This load is on purlin. That is 0.75 kilonewton per meter square, and you have to less 0.02 kilonewton per meter square for every degree increase in slope over 10 degree. So what happens if I will write in mathematical term? So here is theta in our case is greater than 10 degree. So lie load on purlin it is given in this IS code. What it is given? It's 0.75 kilonewton per meter square. Means if we write in Newton, then 750 Newton per meter square. Then every slope increase after 10 degree will be, you have to reduce by 20 Newton per meter square. So I will write in mathematical terms, so 750 minus theta minus 10 into 20, because for every degree increase we have to reduce 20 Newton per meter. So when I will write that, this will be 750 minus theta minus 10. Theta is 18.6. This is the formula. Okay. So theta in 18.43 minus 10 into 20. It is coming 168.6 Newton per meter square. When I will minus this 750 minus 168.6 Newton per meter square, then our load on purlin will be 581.4 Newton per meter square. Like again here one check is there. If you see in the remark, it is subject to the minimum of zero point 0.4 kilonewton per meter square. Zero point 0.4 kilonewton per meter square means it is 400 Newton per meter square. So I will write here. So our value 581 is greater than 400 Newton per meter square. Then we will take this value. We will take this value. I will round it. Okay, for our case, because if this value is less than 400, then you have to take this 400. But in our case it is more than 400, so we have to take this. But that is the lie load on purlin. When you have to find out the lie load on the truss, so what we have to do, lie load on the truss is 2/3 of lie load on purlin. So we have calculated this load as lie load on purlin. Many times students they make a mistake, directly they are taking this as a load. This is not your load on the truss. This load is on your purlin. So you have to transfer this lie load on the purlin 2/3 of 581.4. Okay. Now it is Newton per meter square. Our load on panel should be in Newton. It is axial load. So lie load on panel point, you have to multiply this with the your area in plan. Why area in plan? Lie load will coming on the plan. That's why the 5.625 is the plan area. When we multiply, we will get 2.2180 Newton. Okay. So we will convert in the kilonewton 2.18 kilonewton. When we round off, it will be 2.2 kilonewton on the single panel. Then we have to draw this, because this is gravity load. The gravity load is always the downward load. So downward load we have drawn here, and then each value on the each panel is 2.2 kilonewton, 2.2 kilonewton, 2.2 kilonewton. Okay, so each panel area we have built the panel point load is 2.2 kilonewton. But at the end, because only half portion is coming into this load, so half of that 2.2 it is coming 1.1, and here also on right side 1.1. This is shown one time. On the side also the load will be 2.2, 2.2, 2.2. Okay, 2.2, and lastly 2.2. Okay. Likewise, the another side your truss will. Okay. So this lie load on the final points we have calculated for lie load and dead load is 0. Now we'll go for the same example. We will go for the wind load analysis. तो 6 का पार्ट 3 अगर हम देखेंगे लोड कैलकुलेशन में, तो विंड लोड एनालिसिस. Now for wind load analysis, we need IS 875, part 3, and this is revised in 2015. Older code is in 1987, but you have to use the latest code as per university syllabus. Okay, so you have to use the latest code. Now, mostly the lie load, the wind load is in the opposite direction. It is not on the same direction. So if I will write down here, so here is, this is the figure. So generally, the wind load will act normal to the roofing sheet, normal to the side of the panel. These are our panel points. I will mark that. This type of truss you have considered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I will write down with yellow. These are the panel points. These are the panel points where our loads are at. Okay. Now wind load is nothing but it is generally the uplift. Wind load is generally the uplift. It will be like this uplift, and it is normal to the roof. Normal to roof meaning perpendicular to the roof, and it is acting on the panel points. Okay, so this is our roof, and then your reaction, it is also normal to this. This is the reaction. Reaction, if it is A, the reaction at A, reaction due to wind load, due to reaction. Okay, so this till now you have done this IS live load analysis and dead load analysis in previous class. Now today we will go for the wind load analysis for this today's practical. So DSS practical 06. For lab, this is lab. This is lab, and today is 21/8. Okay, so we can go through this. Where dead load analysis. So you have to open the IS 875 part 3 2050. Okay. So that it is given by the force between livelihood is given on the page number 9 and 10. So this code is nothing but different notations are here. A is the surface area of the structure, AC is the effective frontal area. CP is the pressure coefficient, CPE is the external pressure coefficient, CPI is the internal pressure coefficient. Okay. You can see here CPI and CPE. Okay. Then depth of the structure and different nomenclatures are given in here. They are starting on page number 2. Then PZ is the design wind pressure at Z height. PD is the design hourly mean wind pressure corresponding to VZ. And then we know that we have to calculate the F, the force coming on the there is normal force or which force normal to the surface. It is due to the wind pressure. You have to calculate this and different terminology, the angle of attack, breadth of building, depth of the building, horizontal dimension, and develop the height, effective frontal area, elemental surface, force coefficient, ground roughness, gust, positive or negative departure of wind is called as gust with speed. Okay, peak gust, pitch length. So different terminologies are given at the start. Then what is the wind and what is the wind speed, and generally wind is measured in the speed. So design wind speed is VZ, and based on the basic wind speed, what is given in the figure number 1. there is different zone for the wind pressure in figure number 1. So the basic wind speed is given in the figure. There are different zones are divided in the figure number 1. These are the different zones. Basic wind speed zones are there, and here the value meter per second. There's 55, 50, 47, 44, 39, 33. Is correct color coding here. It is showing in the gray scale. You can download the wind map of your India, wind map of India. You can download also. So here you can see the color coding scheme is there. Okay. So from color coding, you can easily find out the wind. So here you can see the different wind speeds are given. If it's possible. So you can see here, this is the wind speed, 55 above, 50, 47 in green, and blue is 44 miles per second, and this 39 miles per second. It's yellow, and the dark blue is something. It is this is 33 miles per second. Okay, so these are the different basic map, and the pink color, dark pink is 55 meter per second, and light pink is 15 meter per second, and 50. Green is the 47 meter per second, light blue is 44 meter per second, yellow is 39 meter per second, and dark blue is 33 meter per second. So these are different wind zones of India. This wind map of India you can download, and that is you can refer for. And this is also given in your IS 875. Okay. So this is the basic. You will get the basic speed from this map. So first, when you are going to find out the wind pressure, is given on page number 10, wind force, waiting, this wind force F is equal to, so I will write here. So when you can find out the wind force, that is, you have to find out the F. The F is equal to CPE minus CPI, CPE minus CPI into area into design wind pressure PD. Okay, and PD you can find out the three factors, that is KD, KA, KC into PZ. PZ is design wind pressure, and PZ you can find out. It is nothing but you can find out 0.6 times of Vz square. Vz square. Okay, so all these clauses we will go through that, and then Vz is design wind speed. Vz is the design wind speed. You can find out by the different constant factor, that is K2, K3, K4 into K4 into basic wind speed Vd. Okay, so now we will go the reverse. How we can find out? So first you have to find out the Vd. First you have to find out the Vd in the yes. So how you can find out the Vd? Vd you can find out from the map. From this map you can find out the Vd. Okay, so if I write here, so Vd, our region is in example. Our region is example. industrial building example. Our region is given the Latur region. Okay? Latur is coming into the Maharashtra. If you come here, so Latur is coming here, somewhere here, and it is uh, in the region yellow, and for yellow, the basic wind speed given. The basic wind speed VB is for Latur in Maharashtra. As in our case, whatever your case, you will go for your case. It is 39 per second. Okay. So first you have to find out the basic speed. This is you have to find out first. Okay. Then second you have to find out the values of K1, K2, K3, K4, and the K1 value is nothing but K1 is nothing but is the risk coefficient or probability factor. So K1 is nothing but risk coefficient. K1 is nothing but risk coefficient, or it is also called as probability factor. Uh, probability factor. So how you can find out the K1? How you can find out K1? So K1 is if you take the clause number 6.3.1. So if you go here, 6.3.1, 6, page number 5, this one. 6.3.1, this is 6.3.1. Risk coefficient factor K1. Figure 1 gives a basic wind speed for terrain category 2. For terrain category 2, as applicable 10 meter above ground level based on 50 years of mean return period. The suggested life period to the assumed in design corresponding given different class of structure. Uh, Different class of structure for purpose of design is given table number 1. The value we can find out from the table number 1, that is risk coefficient factor K1. So K1 is the probability factor or risk coefficient factor. We can find out from 6.3.1, and when we read that 6.1 based on the terrain, and K1 factor will be find out from table number 1. If you see the table number 1, this is the table number 1 is coefficient for different class of structure, different values. So all general buildings and structure, 50 years of return period. Our basing this wind speed is 39, second column. Okay. So here all general building and structure if you go, and for 39 when you facing this wind, the value is how much? It is the K1 value is 1, uh, if you can see here. Okay, from table. So our K1 value, that is risk coefficient factor, is nothing but the value of K1 is nothing but from table number 2 is from table 2 of your eyes 875, 875, part 3, part 3, part 3, page number, page number. So page number it is 7. Page number 7 is given page number 7. Right here, page number 7. Now, second, third value we need a K3, K2 value. K2 value is nothing but will come here is page number 5 again. You can see here K2 is terrain roughness and height factor. K2 is the terrain roughness and height factor, and it is given in clause 6.3.2. We will come to 6.3.2 terrain height factor K2 factor. So I will write down here uh, K2 is the terrain height factor, terrain and height factor. K2. We'll read here the clause number 2, clause number 6.3.2. So you can read the selection of train category shall be made with the due regard for effort of obstruction which constitutes the ground surface roughness. The train category used to design of structure may vary depending on the direction of wind under consideration. Wherever sufficient meteorological information is available about the nature of the direction in the orientation of any building or structure may be suitably planned, if it is given. The terrain in which the specific structure stands shall be assessed in following terrain category. Category 1 is exposed open terrain with few or no obstruction. यानी ओपन ट्रेन है और आजू बाजू आपके कोई दूसरा बिल्डिंग नहीं है या बहुत दूर दूर पर बिल्डिंग है. Okay, only few obstruction is there. Height of any object surrounding the structure less than 1.5 मीटर. यानी आपके बिल्डिंग के आसपास जो स्ट्रक्चर है उसकी जो लेंथ है या हाइट है it is not more than 1.5 meter. This category 1. Category 2, open terrain with well scattered obstruction having height generally 1.5 meter to 10 meter. So our height of building is given 7 meter. Mostly in industrial area the height of building may be very above 1.5 meter. Okay, so we are going for category number 2. We are going for category so I will write here category 2 for our case. Category 2 first. I will write the category 2. Okay. Now what further you can go for? The train is okay. And this is criteria for measurement of regional basic speed and the distribution, airfield, open park, lands, undeveloped, especially built up outskirts. These details are given. And category 3 is the train with numerous closely spaced structure. Very closely spaced structure. In case of industrial building, it is not there, but in the residential building, there is closely spaced structure, as we see in the Malema also. If you go to industrial areas, there is the building, they are not touching each other. They are very scattered. So that we will go for category number 2. That's we have selected. Now, this category is well wooded areas and suburb towns. This is for the category 3, likely to the okay. So this. Now, how to find out this? And then category 4 is also there. Train with the numerous large highly closely spaced structure. Okay. Now, found of table number 2. Factor to obtain design with speed variation with height of different terrain. So in our case, the height of building is 7 meter. I think so. It is given in our example. So height of building, sorry, height of building is given 7 meter in our case. So we will write here the height of building is 7 meter. So your building is given 7 meter. So if you look out the this table number 2 of your clause 6.3.2, IS 875, you can see here. If you take the category number 2, this is category number 2, and our height of structure is up to 10 meter. Okay, so the terrain category, this value is 1. The K2 value is also 1 in our case. So I will write here the K2 value. K2 value is again 1. Now we will find out the K3 value. K3 value is nothing but if it is here. We will go again the page number K3 value. K3 value is the topography vector. K3 value we will go again. You can see that K3 value. This K3 value is topography vector C6.3.3. So K3 value, if I will write, is nothing but the topography vector. Topography vector. Topography vector. Okay, and it is on the clause number clause number 6.3.3. We'll go the clause number 6.3.3. Go the clause 6.3.3. Clause number 6.3.3. 6.3.3 topography vector K3 factor. Okay. The basic wind speed will be given in figure 1. Takes into account the general level of sight above sea level. This does not allow for local topographic features such as hills, valleys, cliffs, escarpment, or ridges which can significantly affect wind speed in the vicinity. Definitely, if the value is there and then wind speed there, something vacuum variation is there, then wind speed may be sometimes very heavy, it may uplift the structure. So, in their vicinity, the effect of topography is to accelerate when near the summit or hills, definitely or crest or cliff. So at that location, the wind speed may change as per the slope and depression. Escapement or ridges and deaccelerate the wind in valleys or near the foot of the cliff, steep escarpment or ridges. Okay. The effect of topography shall be significant at the site when upwind slope is greater than theta is more than about 3 degrees. If upwind slope is greater than more than 3 degrees, then the K3 value confined to the range of uh, 1 to 1.36 was more than 3 degrees. If slope is more than 3 degrees, then the K3 value is can take 1 to 1.6. So this for that an exercise is given. It may be noted that the value of K3 varies with the height above ground level at the maximum near ground and reducing to 1 at higher level. So if you go for this, if upward spread is more than 3 degrees, then only the effect is counted, and the value of K3, well, I will write the value of K3 will be in the range of 1 to 1.36, and for that we have to see the appendix C also. So there is appendix C at the end. Based on that you can calculate, or you can assume now in our case K3 value is also equal to 1. Okay. Next A is for the basic industries for the major city or town. Agra 47 meter per second, Ahmedabad 39 is given, Cuttack, Darbhanga, Delhi, whatever given, you can find out from here also. And the main cities, their basic industry is given in this annex. A we can take from there. Annex B is changes terrain category, and annex C is the effect of cliff or escarpment or the equivalent height above the ground factor. Okay, so based on the theta value, that's about 3 degree. L theta is greater than 17, then Z is 1.3. This topography factor you can find out if there is hill or slope. है ना? In our case, if topography is yani or plane horizontal area if you are considering, then the K value, we will take the minimum of that, that is 1. So if there is no hilly area, then the K value is equal to, so in our case we will take the K3 value is equal to 1. Now we have to find out the K4. K4 is nothing but these all the things are given in your IS code. IS code, that's why they are calling us the guideline for the design. Okay. So K4 is nothing but the importance factor for cyclonic region. है ना? Importance factor. K4 is importance factor. So this is introduced in this new code. Earlier only K1, K2 and K3 is there. It is very important. The K4 factor is nothing but importance factor and that is also given in clause number 6.3.4. So we'll come to the clause number 6.3.4. 6.3.4 importance factor for cyclotron region K4. The east coast of India is relatively more vulnerable. East coast means जहाँ पर हमारा उड़ीसा है इधर है कोलकाता है there is, and also on the west coast Gujarat is vulnerable for severe cyclone. Studies of wind speed and damage to the buildings and structure find the fact that the speed given in the basic wind speed map are often exceeded during the cyclone. साइक्लोन के टाइम में बेसिक स्पीड से ज़्यादा हो जाता है उसकी स्पीड विंड की स्पीड. The effect of cyclonic storm is largely felt in a belt of approximately 60 kilometers. Okay, so I think so. All are of you are getting understanding and you are writing. If you are writing, then only you can understand. Okay, if you are not writing, then you will not understand. अब मैं बोलता हूँ आप कैमरा आपको ऑन रखो ताकि मैं आपको देख सकूँ यू आर राइटिंग और नॉट. Still you are not listening. In order to ensure better safety, of structure in this region, 60 km wide of the east coast as well as on the Gujarat coast, the following value of K4 as recorded as 4 are stipulated applicable according to the important structure. So here, so based on the important structure post economic importance for emerging severe such as cyclone, center, hospital, school building, the K4 factor is 1.3. Industrial structure के लिए 1.15, all other structure के लिए 1. So here our industrial structure is there, so I will take the K4 factor is 1.5. Okay, now we know all the value. We know the basic wind speed in our region, Dhatu region is 39 meter per second. All these value, and also we know the K1, K2, K3, K4 factor. So we'll put and we can find out the Vz design with speed is equal to K1, K2, K3, K4 into V. So we know the K1 is 1, K2 is 1, K3 is 1, K4 is 1.15, and Vb is 39. So Vz will be, you can multiply the value of Vz will come 44.8, 44.85 meter per second. Okay, now you can find out Pz easily. What is the value of Pz? Pz is given in your clause. Here you can come to the how to calculate the Pz. So this is page number 7, clause 7.2. It comes clause 7.2. Design wind pressure. Design wind pressure Vz is equal to 0.6 times Vz square. So we know already this Vz, so 0.6 times of Vz square 6 into brackets 44.85 square, you will get the Pz value. After calculating, you will get the Pz value 127 Newton per meter square. This is the our Pz value. Okay, design. This is the wind pressure. Wind pressure. Okay, from clause number 7 point. Design wind pressure. Design wind pressure. Okay. So this is Pz is the wind pressure at height of sail. So this is wind pressure. Wind pressure is Pz is 7.2. Wind pressure. This is given page number 9 of your score. Page number 9. Okay. I think so I am correct. This page number about state. Now design wind pressure PD is equal to, now here it is given, design wind pressure PD is equal to KD, KA, KC, PZ. Again here three factors are there. Again PZ, PD is equal to K, KD, KA and KC into PZ. Okay, this formula is given KD, K, KC equal to. What is KD? KD is the wind directional factor. KD is the wind directional. Okay, so 7.211, you can find out the KD. KD you can find out. So you can find out KD. KD clause number 7.2.1. Write down clause number. What is this? KD? KD is the wind directionality factor. Wind directionality factor. Directionality. And how it is calculated? Considering the randomness in the directionality of the wind and recognizing the fact that the pressure or force coefficient are determined for a specific wind direction, it is specified that for building solid signs, open signs, lattice framework, and truss tower, triangular, square, rectangular, a factor of 0.9 may be used in design of wind pressure. For circular and near circular, factor will be taken as 1. So in our case, our building is with the truss, and the truss is the triangular one. So that's why we can take the KD factor here is 0.9. If our building is circular one, then we will take the 0.1. But in our case, it is 0.9 because it is the triangular rectangular building. Okay, as our truss is also triangular. Now, second is the Ka factor, that is the area averaging factor. Second was the Ka factor. I will write down Ka factor. Ka factor. Clause number 7.2.2. 7.2.2. That is area averaging factor. Area averaging factor. That is Ka, area averaging factor. Clause number 7.2.2, page number 10 itself. The area origin factor Ka is given as tributary area in meter square less than equal to 10. The area averaging factor is 1. Now our tributary area, that is the pressure coefficient given in 7.3, are result of averaging the measured pressure values over given area. As the area becomes larger, the correlation of measured value decreases and vice versa. The decrease in pressure due to the large area may be taken into account as given in table number 4. So this value you can take from table number 4 plus table number 4 of UNRS 875, part 3, page number 10. So Ka factor here, what we will take? Our area, I will find out, our plan area is 15 meter by 15 meter by. The number of first bay is 3.75. Okay, 3.75. So if you will find out this area origin factor, you find out what is the tributary area overall structure. For working the load on frame of the tributary area shall be taken as center distance between the frames multiplied by the individual panel in dimension the direction other than overall pressure. So in our case, if I will take the tributary area, then it is nothing but 15 is the our one panel, and the distance between bay is 3.75. So if I find out the trajectory area, in our case, so 15 is the width of one finally 15 by 3.75 the length of bay is coming something 56 point 56.25. I think so. I'm not wrong. Okay. So if this, so this is 25. So our is less than 100 and 25 से ऊपर है लेकिन so we can go for higher side. We can take the zero point 0.9 value. So here also we can take the value of Ka area origin factor, but Ka is 0.9. We are going for the higher side. Okay, because 10 के लिए up to 10 it is given how much 1, and for 25 it is given 0.9, and if greater than or equal to 100 it is given 0.8. So if we find out, then it is coming some value 0.89 or something. So that's why we are taking the K in between that this value. So we are taking point. Countable. Now we have to find the Kc. Kc value. Kc value will be Kc value. Kc is nothing but combination factor. Kc is nothing but combination factor and that also you can find out clause number 7.3.13. It is given clause number 7.3.13. You will see where is this clause and you go there. So in IS code this 75 part 3 of 2015. Window individual window you can find out. But here's 7.3.13. You can go for that. For the K3 home which factor Kc factor. We will go to page number I think so 16 it is given. Page number 16. Frames. When taking wind loads on frames or cladding building, it is reasonable to assume that the pressure of wind or suction in vacuum due to wind, inside or outside of the structure shall not be fully correlated. Therefore, when taking the combined effect of wind load on the frame, a reduction factor of Kc is equal to 0.9 may be used over a building envelope when roof is subjected to pressure and internal pressure is suction or vice versa. तो दोनों केस हो सकता है, it may be pressure, it may be suction, है ना? So in that case, the combined effect you have to reduce the and the Kc factor also you have to take here as 0.9. Okay. Now all the factor we know. Now the design wind speed you can PD you can find out. Design wind pressure, sorry, you can find out. KD you have found that is 0.9. A you have found area origin factor that is also 0.9. AC also from the clause 7.3.13 is found 0.9 into here PZ already we have calculated above, that is 1207 Newton per meter. So your design wind pressure will be 879.8 879.9 Newton per meter square. This is your PD. Okay. So now we know the PD only. We know the area. Area we know 5 point slope area 5.625 divided by cos theta. We know this area. Now we know the PD 897.9 Newton per meter square, and it is greater than 0.7 pz, and so it is also okay. So 0.7 pz अगर हम मालूम करते हैं, it is coming with some 844.9. So this 879.9 is greater than 844.9. That is also okay. Now here in our case, you know that the design panel point load F is equal to, it is CPE minus CPI into area into sloping area, because when it's actually normal to the slope, therefore PD is equal to we already calculated. So this wind pressure, design wind pressure we know, the area know. Now you have to find out this CPI minus CPI. Okay, so CPI minus CPE is nothing but, so this you have to find out. CPE, you have to find out CPI, and then you can find out CPE minus CPI. The minus cut term, it is not that it is due to the internal and external pressure coefficient. Not. So CP is the external pressure coefficient. External pressure coefficient. And CPI is internal pressure coefficient. External pressure coefficient and internal pressure coefficient. Okay. So this we have to find. Then only you can find out the value of F. That is final point load on individual. So F is nothing but the final point load. Final point load. Point load. Okay. So this you have to find. Okay. So this understanding is also required a lot of time. So not finish. No. So you will stop here. You will read the clauses on the this wind IS 875 part 3. Okay. So all this is given on your this IS 87 part 3 2015. So you have to make this study regularly. Okay, and then you can able to find out the final point load. ओके, तो अभी तक आपको आई थिंक सो इतना समझ में आया कि नहीं समझ में आया, ये बताइए सर। यू अंडरस्टैंड टिल नाउ? क्या आगे मैं बढ़ते जाऊंगा और आपको समझ में नहीं आया तो कोई नहीं। दैट्स व्हाई
सर अंडरस्टूड
huh? So you can able to solve when this example already you are as per your roll number. I have already given the industrial building details. You can start calculating. If you are getting any problem, you can come to me, you can contact with me on WhatsApp. Whatever more, you can contact with we will resolve your issue and we will proceed. ठीक है, तो जितनी जल्दी आप ये काम करेंगे आपका सबमिशन का वर्क का and continuously whatever student they are completing and showing to me work and marking the date on my sheet, assessment sheet, and then when I will give the mark, I will take that, consider these student attendance, their regularity, their working regularity, okay, that all the things and their attitude during the class and behavior that is also counted, and all these marks we will show to the before your order to the external, and then you will get the full mark. Okay. So hope so that the pandemic situation is short so that we can go forward. So we will stop. अगर मैं बहुत ज़्यादा अभी आपको डोज दे दूंगा तो आगे का समझ
हेलो
नहीं। हाँ बोलिए।
सर, वो क्या आपने वो प्रैक्टिकल में ना जो चार्ट भेजा था उसमें नहीं क्या वो नासिक रोल नंबर 1 to 5 ऐसा नासिक कुछ तो भी था।
हाँ तो
वो क्या करने का नहीं समझा मेरे को, वापिस एक बार बताएंगे।
वो आपके रोल नंबर के हिसाब से इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग डिजाइन करना है, वो साइज वो टाइप का तो बताता हूँ। तो दिस इज ऑलरेडी
सर मेजरमेंट वही लेना है क्या, लेंथ और वो?
हाँ वो लेना है और उसके हिसाब से आपको फॉलो करके कैलकुलेशन करना है।
सर पर अभी रोल नंबर कंफर्म नहीं हो गया ना।
रोल नंबर आपका जो प्रीवियस के हिसाब से अब्दुल्ला सर ने दिया था वो हिसाब से मैंने अभी बना दिया है ना। आपको ऐसे भी काम करना है, आपका डिजाइन एग्जाम्पल कुछ भी हो, इंडिविजुअली यू हैव टू वर्क, है ना। काम तो करना है, काम नहीं कर रहे हैं क्या?
Yes,
काम
sir.
तो करना है ना आपको।
करना है।
हाँ 2 क्रेडिट है आपका इसके अंदर, हाँ 2 क्रेडिट है। 2 क्रेडिट बोले तो लॉट्स ऑफ वर्क। तो ये मैंने आपको स्क्रीन पर विजिबल है प्रॉब्लम, ये दिया था मैं आपको, है दिख रहा है स्क्रीन पर, इट इज विजिबल। Yes.
31 रोल नंबर।
This example are given the design industrial building as per following details, है ना। FY स्टील के लिए 250 MPa लेना है, FU अल्टीमेट स्ट्रेस FE 410 लेना है, ओके। ऑल मेंबर डिजाइन के लिए, चाहे आप कॉलम डिजाइन कर रहे हो, गैंट्री कटर डिजाइन कर रहे हो, आप मेंबर ऑफ ट्रस्ट डिजाइन कर रहे हो, सबके लिए FY और FE भी लेना है। फिर रोल नंबर के हिसाब से आपका लोकेशन का इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग का वो दिया था, फिर स्पैन कितना है आपका, विड्थ ऑफ बिल्डिंग क्या है, लेंथ ऑफ शेड क्या है, और क्लियर हाइट क्या है आपकी। क्लियर हाइट एट द ये अगर मैं आपको बताऊं तो इसका मतलब क्या है कि ये आपका इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग है, व्हाट एवर इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग, ओके। तो इस इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग आपको इस तरह होता है, अगर आप एलिवेशन देखेंगे तो हाइट, ये यूज पर हाइट जो दी है दैट इज द हाइट एच दिस वैल्यू, ओके। This is the width of building. This is the width of building. And this is W. It's given W. Okay. Then you have given the length of shed. So if your shed is, if you see in the plan, this is W. So this is the length of shed. So this is. Okay. So this is given for you for your problem, and based on this you can decide the price, है ना, slope and all these things as per the step by step design calculation you have seen the last class and today's class also, and also further you can see on calculation. तो ये समझ में आ गया आपको?
यस सर, मतलब पहले नोटबुक के ऊपर कर लेने का आंसर।
नहीं आप डायरेक्ट डिजाइन करो, काय के लिए नोटबुक के लिए डबल लिखेंगे, बहुत ज्यादा लिखना है।
हाँ क्या सर, ओके।
इट डिपेंड ऑन यू, अगर आपको कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है तो आप नोटबुक पे लिखो, बाद में फेयर करो, डिपेंड ऑन यू। और आप डायरेक्टली फेयर करते तो उसमें क्या गाइडलाइन, तो मैंने आपको वीडियो लेक्चर दे दिया, वीडियो लेक्चर देख देख के भी आप सॉल्व कर सकते है ना। रिकॉर्डिंग्स है, फिर आपको ये नोट्स आपको मिल जाती है गूगल क्लासरूम पे, है ना? और उसके बाद भी अगर आपको कोई डाउट है यू कैन आस्क मी।
ओके सर। सर और शीट के ऊपर पेंसिल से लिखना है ना?
शीट के ऊपर लिखना नहीं है डिजाइन कैलकुलेशन, डिजाइन कैलकुलेशन जर्नल पेजेस पे लिखना है, शीट पर सिर्फ ड्राइंग रहेगा,
ओके
शीट पर लिखना नहीं है डिजाइन कैलकुलेशन।
ओके ओके
डिजाइन कैलकुलेशन विल बी जर्नल पेजेस, जैसे असाइनमेंट आप लिख रहे हैं, है ना। शीट पर आपका ड्राइंग रहेगा, एलिवेशन ऑफ बिल्डिंग, प्लान ऑफ बिल्डिंग, फिर आपका
या
विंड एनालिसिस, डेड लोड एनालिसिस, लाइन लोड एनालिसिस, ग्राफिकल मेथड से उसके मेंबर्स ऑफ फोर्सेस कैसे निकालना है, वो मेंबर ऑफ फोर्सेस आप फोर्स टेबल आप बनाएंगे उसमें लिखेंगे पूरा। फिर वर्स्ट केस के लिए सीवियर लोडिंग कंडीशन जो है मेंबर के ऊपर, वो मेंबर का लोडिंग कंडीशन निकालेंगे, सीवियर राफ्टर पे क्या है, सीलिंग पे क्या है, स्ट्रट पे क्या है, टाई मेंबर पे क्या है, फिर उसके हिसाब से टाई मेंबर, राफ्टर और वो डिजाइन करेंगे। फिर ट्रस का लोड आपका कॉलम पे जाता है, कॉलम पे गैंट्री गर्डर का लोड आता है, कॉलम पे ब्रेसिंग का लोड आता है, वो सब लोड ऐड करके कॉलम डिजाइन करेंगे। फिर कॉलम का लोड कॉलम बेस पर जाता है तो कॉलम बेस इस तरह डिजाइन करें। तो इस तरह आपका इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग डिजाइन होगा पूरा, है ना। तो अभी
यस
हम सिर्फ एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं, अभी डेड लोड एनालिसिस रूफ ट्रस पे किया, फिर लाइव लोड एनालिसिस किया लास्ट लेक्चर में, अभी आज के लेक्चर में हमने क्या किया, विंड लोड एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं,
विल लोड
है ना। विंड लोड एनालिसिस अभी हाफ पार्ट हुआ है। अब जब एक्सटर्नल विंड प्रेशर और इंटरनल विंड प्रेशर हम निकालेंगे, उसके बाद फिर हमारा पैनल पॉइंट लोड और विंड आएगा जो कि अपलिफ्ट आएगा। फिर हमारे तीनों लोड मालूम हो जाएंगे, डेड लोड, लाइव लोड, विंड लोड। फिर इन तीनों के लिए हर मेंबर पर क्या इफेक्ट होता है उसके फोर्सेस निकालेंगे साथ तीनों मेंबर पर, और फिर उसका कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ लोड निकालेंगे, जो जो फोर्स टेबल बनाएंगे उसके अंदर कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ लोड करेंगे, जो वर्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन हमारा आएगा वर्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए हम मेंबर है, मेंबर ऑफ ये कॉम्बिनेशन में राफ्टर है, स्टड है, टेंशन मेंबर सीलिंग है, और तुम्हारा टाई मेंबर है। ये उस कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ लोड्स निकालेंगे, प्लस माइनस नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टेंशन दोनों के, और उस कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए हम डिजाइन करें। ओके, तो अभी जितना जितना जैसे
ओके
जैसे
सर
हो रहा है आप वैसे आप सॉल्व करते जाए, कुछ नहीं समझता है तो यू कैन आस्क ड्यूरिंग द प्रैक्टिकल क्लास।
ओके सर थैंक यू।
वेलकम।
सर हेलो।
आप हाँ बोलिए, सुन रहा हूँ मैं।
सर ये हमको कौन कौन सी शीट ड्रॉ करनी है सर? अभी इसके अंदर चार पार्ट जो आप शीट के बता रहे, शीट नंबर 5A 5B, फिर 5A, हाँ 5A में दो है, 5B में दो है सर, है ना?
ये पूरा डिटेल मैंने दिया है, पहले आप कैलकुलेशन करेंगे,
हाँ सर क्या?
मेंबर ऑफ फोर्स ग्राफिकल मेथड से मेंबर ऑफ फोर्स निकालेंगे, वो शीट नंबर 5A रहेगी,
हम्म
5A और 5B। अगर एक एक शीट पे आपका पूरा आ गया मेंबर ऑफ फोर्सेस तो
हाँ
आपको जरूरत नहीं है,
हम्म
है ना। और अगर आपका एक शीट पे नहीं आया पूरा
हम्म
तो फिर आपको बनाना पड़ेगा। तो ये ऑलरेडी मैंने आपको ये बताया था मेरे ख्याल से पहले, है ना। शीट नंबर 5 में क्या रहेगा, शीट नंबर 6 में क्या रहेगा, ऑलरेडी टर्म ऑफ सबमिशन पार्ट बी में आपको मैंने बताया था ये सब। इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग, अभी ये कैलकुलेशन हम लोग ने किया था लास्ट टाइम, ठीक है। और टर्म का जो है शीट कौन कौन सा बनाना है ये मैंने आपको इसमें ये बताया था प्रेजेंटेशन, ठीक है। और इसके नीचे भी आप जाएंगे जो मैंने शेयर किया आपको इसके लिए इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग है, इसके नीचे आप देंगे तो कौन कौन सी शीट क्या बनाना है देखो। फिगर शीट नंबर 5A पे की प्लान बनाना है, फर्स्ट जो आपने चूज किया, फिर उसका डेड लोड एनालिसिस करना है ग्राफिकल मेथड से, लाइन लोड एनालिसिस करना है ग्राफिकल मेथड से, फिर 5B पे विंड लोड एनालिसिस करना है ग्राफिकल। तो ये दो शीट आपकी हो जाएगी, ओके।
ये पूरी एक शीट है सर?
ये एक शीट पे आ गया तो ठीक है, एक शीट पे नहीं आया तो दो शीट करना पड़ेगा, ये शीट नंबर 5,
हाँ हाँ
ओके। फिर
ओके
शीट नंबर 6 पे आपका कोस्ट टेबल रहेगा, और कोस्ट टेबल में फिर आपका लोड कॉम्बिनेशन ये सब रहेगा, और ये रोड कॉम्बिनेशन से वर्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन निकालेंगे, है ना। कोस्ट टेबल कैसा रहेगा वो भी आपको बताऊंगा मैं। फिर शीट नंबर 7 पर गैंट्री गटर और कॉलम जो आप डिजाइन करेंगे उसके फिगर्स रहेंगे, जो आपने डिजाइन किया उसके फिगर्स। ओके, इस तरह ये 3 शीट रहेगी इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग। समझ में आया?
यस सर।
5, 5, 6 और 7। अगर 5वीं सीट में एक सीट पे नहीं होता है तो वहां पर 5A और 5B मैंने लिखा है। अगर एक सीट पर नहीं होता है तो 2 शीट पे करना है।
ओके सर।
अगर हो गया तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, है ना, एक ही शीट रहेगी। तो ये 3 शीट इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग की रहेगी। और किसका नहीं आता है विंडो एनालिसिस एक शीट पर, 5वीं शीट पर, तो 5B शीट एक शीट एडिशनल बनाएगा। इसका
Okay.
तीनों एनालिसिस आ जाएगा एक शीट में, उसको जरूरत नहीं है, है ना। फिर उसके बाद पोस्ट टेबल रहेगा और यहाँ पर जो ट्रस आपने डिजाइन किया उसके मेंबर का इनलार्ज व्यू रहेगा, ज्वाइंट्स के और ये सब, शीट नंबर 6, है ना। इस शीट नंबर 7 में जो कॉलम इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग का और कॉलम बेस आप डिजाइन करेंगे या गैंट्री गर्डर आप डिजाइन करेंगे वो आप बनाइए उसके सेक्शन, है ना।
यस सर।
और फिर उसके बाद शीट नंबर 8 जो है वो प्लेट गर्डर का जब डिजाइन हमारा होगा उसके बाद, है ना, वो चैप्टर नंबर 6 है। ये चैप्टर नंबर 5 पे हमारा ये पूरा इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग का हमारा कैलकुलेशन चल रहा है ना। यानी चैप्टर नंबर 5 आपका कवर भी हो रहा है और आपका इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग का मिनी प्रोजेक्ट भी चल रहा है। ओके, इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि आप लिखते जाइए, है ना। पैनल पॉइंट लोड कैसे मालूम करते हैं, नेट लोड का पैनल पॉइंट लाई लोड कैसे मालूम करते हैं, है ना। फिर उसके बाद अभी विंड एनालिसिस पैनल पॉइंट का मालूम कर रहे हैं किस तरह मालूम करते हैं, तो सब आप लिखते जाइए, है ना। और जैसे जैसे हमारा हो रहा है इंडस्ट्रियल बिल्डिंग, आपका प्रॉब्लम आपको दिया हुआ है रोल नंबर के हिसाब से आप सोल्व करते हैं। ओके, और कुछ क्वेश्चन?
सर आपने वो जो कल के लेक्चर पे बताया था, कल के प्रैक्टिकल में, तो सर आपने वो क्या बोलते हैं फंक्शनल प्लान बताया था सर, उसके अंदर आपने एरिया लेके बताया था, फिर उसका सेक्शन किया था हाफ में डिवाइड, तो वो भी बनाना रहेगा क्या शीट में?
शीट में की प्लान आपको बनाना है,
की प्लान?
वो सब फिगर जो आपको आप
हाँ।
कैलकुलेशन के साथ आपको बनाना है। जैसे ये
कल
कैलकुलेशन मैंने बताया था आपको, है ना,
ये
फंक्शनल प्लानिंग,
बात कर रहा
ये
हूँ
सब
सर,
आपके जनरल पेजेस पे बनाना है,
जनरल पेजेस पे।
है ना। जनरल पेजेस पे आप जिधर लिख रहे हैं उसके सामने ब्लैंक पेज आता है ना।
हाँ।
एक तरफ लाइन वाला पेज रहता है, दूसरी तरफ ब्लैंक पेज रहता है ना।
हम्म।
उस पे बनाते जाइए ये सब
हम्म।
फिगर साथ साथ में। ये साथ साथ में बनाना जरूरी है उस पे जनरल पेजेस,
हम्म।
है ना। तो आपका डिजाइन कैलकुलेशन जनरल पेजेस पे रहेगा, तो ये सब कैसे समझ में आएगा कैलकुलेशन कहाँ से किया आपने, जब आप इसका फिगर बनाते जाएंगे साथ साथ। ये सब फिगर साथ साथ में आप जैसे जैसे लिखते हैं आपके जनरल पेजेस पे आपको बनाना है।
ये फिगर इसमें बनानी है क्या सर शीट में?
शीट पे नहीं बनाना है, शीट पे सिर्फ की प्लान रहेगा। जैसे ये ट्रस आपने 10 पैनल में डिवाइड किया,
हाँ।
उसके एक्चुअल डायमेंशन के साथ,
हाँ।
स्केल के साथ आपको शीट पे की प्लान बनाना।
हम्म।
फिर वो स्केल के हिसाब से आपको हेड लोड एनालिसिस किस तरह करना है ग्राफिकल मेथड से वो बताऊंगा, विंड लोड एनालिसिस कैसे करना है, वो सब फिगर आपके हैं।
हम्म।
ये मुगल ने फोटो लिया था, उसको बोला मैं ग्रुप में डालते, उसने डाला नहीं मेरे ख्याल से। ठीक,
सर हमें शीट पे क्या बनाना है पहली शीट में अभी फाइव में?
वही बता रहा हूँ ना बेटा, की प्लान बनाना है। ये की प्लान हो गया आपका, ट्रस्ट जो बनाएंगे आप की प्लान हो गया।
इसमें पहली फिगर, अच्छा।
हाँ, ये की प्लान आ गया। अब इसमें डेट लोड एनालिसिस करना है ग्राफिकल मेथड से। वो एनालिसिस कैसे करेंगे वो बताऊंगा मैं आपको, तो अभी
अच्छा।
बताया नहीं हूँ आपको।
हम्म।
अभी हमारा सिर्फ लोड कैलकुलेशन चल रहा
हम्म।
है ना। अभी ग्रेविटी लोड हम लोग डेड लोड लाई लोड मालूम किया,
हम्म।
अब विंड लोड मालूम कर रहे हैं पैनल पॉइंट। अब जब पैनल पॉइंट लोड मालूम हो जाएंगे तो फिर ग्राफिकल मेथड से डेड लोड मेंबर फोर्सेस कैसे मालूम करना है वो बताऊंगा, फिर वो बनाना है आपको।
अच्छा।
ओके,
यस सर।
लाई लोड का किस तरह निकालना है वो बताऊंगा, विंड लोड का किस तरह मेंबर फोर्सेस निकालना है ग्राफिकल मेथड से बताऊंगा। तो ये शीट पर बनाना है और शीट से ही है मेंबर फोर्सेस आपको निकालना है ग्राफिकल मेथड,
हाँ।
है ना। कैलकुलेशन के जरिए भी निकाल सकते हैं, लेकिन वो न्यूमेरिकल मेथड आपको इसमें नहीं एग्जाम में करना है। इसमें ग्राफिकल मेथड आप सीखेंगे किस तरह मेंबर फोर्सेस ट्रस्ट के निकाले जाए, है ना। आपने मैकेनिक्स में फर्स्ट ईयर में किया है ये,
हाँ सर।
ग्राफिकल मेथड से मालूम किया है अपने मेंबर फोर्सेस और न्यूमेरिकल मेथड से भी मालूम किया है। सॉम में भी किया होगा, ट्रस्ट में, है कि नहीं? तो दैट मेथड यू टू अप्लाई हियर, और मेंबर फोर्सेस ट्रस्ट के आपको मालूम करके फिर आपको क्या करता है, वो मेंबर का वर्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ लोड निकालना है फोर्स टेबल में, और फिर वो वर्स्ट कॉम्बिनेशन के लिए आपको डिजाइन करना है मेंबर,
ओके सर।
है ना? अगर कॉम्प्रेशन की वैल्यू दी तो कॉम्प्रेशन के लिए डिजाइन करेंगे, टेंशन के लिए चेक करेंगे, टेंशन की वैल्यू ज्यादा, टेंशन के लिए डिजाइन करेंगे, कॉम्प्रेशन के लिए चेक करेंगे, वाइस वर्सा, ये सब नहीं है। और कुछ क्वेश्चन?
नहीं सर।
मोरे,
यस सर।
कोई क्वेश्चन है आपका?
नो सर।
लेक्चर अटेंड नहीं करते आप? यस सर। और प्लीज आई विल से you should write down all the calculation what I am doing for sample for you. Okay?
Yes, sir.
No question for Yasir. Rahul, Mughal already asked. Okay. So we will stop here, and we will continue coming classes, and we will complete the bill analysis, and then we will come to the how to find out the member forces by dead load, member forces by die load, member forces by wind load. शीट पर रहेगा, डायरेक्टली वो शीट पर बनाना रहेगा। आपको जैसे जैसे मैं बताऊं वैसे वैसे आपको शीट पर ड्रॉ करना रहेगा। तो घर पे आप अरेंजमेंट कर लीजिए, और अगर टाइम मिला फिजिकली आने का तो थोड़ा हिम्मत करके, अगर कुछ बच्चे बैच बना के आ गए तो कोई इशू नहीं है।
हाँ
हाँ बोलिए, क्या बोले वहाँ? ओके, तो शैल वी स्टॉप हियर?